So a couple weeks ago, we tried to clean the driveway rust and we had some issues. We used some products that we didn't really like that much. So today we're gonna try a new one that I seen online that was supposedly a lot better. This is called White Ox, and we're gonna spray it on. We're gonna follow the directions. The directions say that you have to do it, test it in an inconspicuous area, of course, because they don't want you to like do what I did, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you see the spots, what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to even that out. I'm gonna put it in a sprayer. I just picked up a sprayer. I like the sprayer a little bit better. It's Roundup sprayer. I don't use the Roundup products too much, but the Roundup sprayer looks pretty good. It has a relief valve and a nicer looking sprayer. Let me show you. It's got a nice little relief valve. So I'm gonna take this out of the box. I'll give you a little quick review of it, obviously, and we're gonna follow the instructions, and we're gonna do a before and after of the driveway, and we'll test this product. So let me show you what we have here. We have this Roundup sprayer. We're gonna set up. Let's see how this thing is. It's probably pretty good. It's a 2-gallon sprayer. The reason I liked it is it looked like the hose was a little better. I'm digging this hose because it's braided. It's much better than all the other ones, and the handle feels pretty good actually. Handle don't feel too bad. We got a wand in here, right here. So we have a wand, and I like the tip better on this one too. This tip was pretty good, and it's in here. See how much better the tip looks? It's got 3 different tips. So it's got 3 different tips. See the tips? So you can adjust your spray. One's for a fan, one's straight, and one's a cone, they call it. Let's see. We'll see how good this works. You have to use proper PPE with this. I wouldn't use this without gloves on. And don't, it says it's Corsic, so it has some acid in it. So it says to check it and avoid possible discoloration and other damage. So they want you to do it in a little spot and test it. Spray the surrounding vegetation with water before and after use. Apply to surfaces using a chemical resistant sprayer, sponge, or roller. Leave the solution on the surface only long enough for the stains to disappear, then rinse all the surfaces thoroughly with fresh water. Do not allow the solution to dry on the surfaces. So it says it's safe for plants as long as you rinse it in. So I'm gonna wear blue gloves to protect myself, and then obviously I don't want to get this on my clothes either, so I'm gonna have to be real careful. We're gonna slowly pour this in so it doesn't splash. Try not to get this on your clothes. You probably should wear glasses with this too, especially if you're pouring it up high like this. You'd be better off putting on some safety goggles. Do this all at your own risk. I want you to test an area too and see how it works before you do any of this. I've been known for some bad ideas, so I think it's gonna work. Let's see, we're gonna spray it on. I'm gonna only put 1 gallon in and see how far it goes on the concrete. I'm gonna go pull the hose out first and make sure that I'm ready to rinse it off. And I'm gonna do what it says. So what it said on the video that I watched was to wet everything down, so in case it has any bleed over, it rinses in pretty good, and to leave it on for a while until it actually almost dries, and then rinse it off. So we're going to put a fine coat. I'm going to put a fine coat on the dry concrete. I'll just wet the sides, and we'll show you some of the results. I think this might work. Let's try it out. So technique they want you to do is to wet around the concrete, the lawn. So we'll wet the lawn a little bit, just to dilute, I guess, to dilute the concentrate. I'm sure it's going to burn a little, you watch. I'll be very careful. So. got to look at the tip you're on. So there's an arrow. So I'm going to put it on the fan. We'll see how good that is. And then I'm going to close this. Straight product, by the way. Right out of the bottle. I bought 4 gallons. We don't know how good that's going to do. I guess we're going to see. And I'm going to try to do an even coat. I'm going to go nice and slow. Nice, slow, even coat. I'm sure this is going to do some whitening. And I'm going to put a nice, even coat on there. I'll do this section at a time. I'm going to do this square at a time, right? Since it's super hot out, I got to be careful how much I do. But you can see the fan's pretty good on this thing. Not bad. It dries up a little quick. I'm just going to make sure I get on the whole thing. Great thing about this is listen to this. Oh yeah. So you don't get splashed in the face. So it is listed as a poison, so just keep children away, dogs away. Don't let like an animal lick the concrete or anything while you're working. I know a lot of people like to have animals working with them in the area. Just make sure that they're not in the area when you do this. So be very careful. This thing's easy to pump. So far it's been working real well. Look how even it puts it on. Not bad. So this all started from using iron on my lawn and making big brown iron marks all over the place. So that's what started this tragedy. I think overall it's pretty good. You see there's a little white still here. That was from the other chemical. So this one compounds on top of it. But the good thing is it blended a lot of it and it looks pretty white. So I have another little bit left. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and hit some of the darker spots. But I think overall it's pretty good. I'll show you how white it looks now. Thanks a lot. I think white ox is probably a way better idea than the last product I used. So I'll show you the product here, white ox I used, then I'll show you the product here that you probably shouldn't use. Well, tell me in the comments what you think. We appreciate everybody. See you soon.